So the song Growing Up ends, Peter clocks out, and we immediately find ourselves in a scene where we are cutting between Alice's apartment and Peter's apartment. Now, this is the first time we've actually seen grown up Alice. And if you were to read my most recent version of the script, about 3 or so years old, you will see that I actually refer to Alice as Hispanic. So when I was writing this newer version of the script, I began to ask myself, who would I actually like to play these roles if I could pick anybody I wanted? Now, when you think of Alice, normally you think, traditional, pretty little blonde girl. And so I begin to think, if I'm going to pitch this with an actor in mind, who fits that description that can also act and can also sing? And there's a number of actors in Hollywood that fit that description and would have done an amazing job, but none of them really stuck. So I started to ask myself, well, if I took that out, took the stereotype out, took, preconceived notions out, and I just opened it up to whoever is right, then who can play that role? And immediately the first and last name that popped into my head was Rosario Dawson. I've been a big fan of hers for years. She can act, she can sing. She kind of reminds me of my wife, which is a big plus because my wife is kind of awesome. So in my mind, ever since then, if you ask me who would play, who am I thinking of when I'm writing Alice, it's Rosario Dawson. Now, we find Alice and Peter in their respective apartments, sitting in their living rooms on their couches, and being spoken to by their best friends. For Alice, it is Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and with Peter, it is Chaz, aka Prince Charming. They are trying to convince them that it is time to stop moping around and have a night out on the town. And that leads us into our next song, Yellow Brick Road.